Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a new episode of Thegullysquad. How you doing, everybody? Hope everybody's having a good weekend. And it's been a goddamn eventful one. Ooh. So, in politics and social order, a lot of things have happened these past couple of days. On the first week of goddamn January 2020. Now, unless you've been living under a goddamn rock, our president, Donald Trump, Commander-in-Chief, issued a command to assassinate an Iranian general. Missile launch. Kapow. And they killed a high-ranking, and I say they, I mean United States government, killed a high-ranking general, Iranian general, named Qasem Soleimani. Oh, I think that's his name. I may be butchering the shit because I don't know Iranian names that well, but yeah, they took him out. Missile strike. Lights out. Now, the reason why this is so big and newsworthy is because who this man really is. This man, this general, has been a high-ranking general in the Iranian government for a couple of decades. And he's been on the radar. Now, what they're not telling people is that this man also was a man that was taking out ISIS in the region. Oh, yeah. He was very well known for taking out ISIS in the Middle East, in the region. And I think that's a good thing that he used to do that, because I guess, we were killing ISIS also. We were supposedly against ISIS. But they're saying that he was also planner or head strategic mind behind the embassy killing. Now, we could take that for a grain of salt, but the fact of the matter is he is dead. And President Donald Trump is the one who issued the order. Now, the timing of this is the interesting thing, because as we all know, as Americans and the world as well, Donald Trump, the president of the United States, just got impeached. And not less than 2 weeks later, in the first week, no, I guess, he got impeached 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks later, on the first week of the new year 2020, he decides to, or attempts to start World War III. So, is this coincidence? Was this already pre-planned prior to his political troubles in America? Who knows? But it's kind of ironic that this is all happening at the timing that it's happening. Now, why is this such a big deal? We've bombed many people. Oh, we love bombing people. God damn it. Drones and all that good shit. Why is it so important this time? Because we've been, and I say we, the government, our political leaders, have been wanting to provoke Iran for a long period of time. Let's be honest. We've been wanting to ruffle their feathers for a long time, and having reason to ruffle their feathers. But this is serious, folks. This is serious. Because this particular general of the Iranian army was a very high commander in the Iranian government. Very high. Some would say he was equal to a vice president or a CIA top-ranking official if the roles were reversed. So this was a very important individual that our government took out, knowing that it was going to ruffle some feathers They knew it. God damn it, they planned it. So there is going to be a response. I hope it's going to be a diplomatic response, a very pragmatic diplomatic response. But I don't think that's what our government wants. I think we want a war. I think we've been wanting a war. And if you keep asking for it, you're going to get it. Now, I'm not pro-Trump. I'm not even against Trump. I'm a person that sits back and look at the political spectrum and I analyze. What does this mean for the average goddamn American? It means a lot. Because if you're for the war or against the war, which many people are against wars, let's be realistic. War is hell. For those who have had family members like myself in the military, war is hell. It ain't glamorized like it is on the movies and TV shows. War is hell. And many people who've been through war will tell you that shit ain't pretty. And our young men and our young women are going to fight this if this really does escalate to a war. They're already sending thousands of troops to the region, extra troops to the region. We have bases all over the goddamn place. But a lot of young men and women, 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, young, this is their first deployment out. And they're scared. They should be. I think we should do better. I think in our position right now in America, we're a little stretched thin. Afghanistan, Iraq. We still have bases in Korea. We have bases all over the place. But we're a little stretched thin for us to be dealing with Iran. A place that actually has not attacked anyone in over 200 years. They had conflicts with Iraq and Saddam Hussein, their next door neighbor, but they haven't attacked anyone. They just haven't done it. They haven't attacked any of their neighbors. But the powers that be want this. They want this bad. General Clark, a general in the army years ago, predicted that we would have, right after 9/11, we would have 7 conflicts. And he lists them off, Iraq, Sudan, Libya, Afghanistan, all these places that we've already attacked. And Iran was the last on the list. Some people are like, what the hell, why was General Clark saying that shit at the time? But he was right. He was correct. Matter of fact, after he did that interview years ago, you haven't seen him since. They shut his ass up. Said, you told too much goddamn truth. Sit down, General Clark. What the hell are you doing? You telling all our goddamn secrets. Years later, it's come to pass. Now, Russia and China back Iran. Oh, they do. They're buddies. So this isn't going to be a global conflict if we actually go to war with Iran. It's not going to be like Iraq. We're not going to just go there and just, guns a-blazing and then light up the whole night like before. This time, a lot of different players are going to be part of this global affair. Oh, this is a big one. And young people, what's different about this also is that young people are aware of what's going on. They're frightened. If you look on social media, matter of fact, the Selective Service website that tells you information about being drafted, the website crashed. It literally crashed because of all the young people trying to get information on the requirements of getting drafted. You heard what I said. God damn, you're going to get this heat. Going to get this work. They crashed the website because young people are now worried that they're going to be drafted. Young kids who've never even thought about, never lift a goddamn gun, are worried about, going to war. And they should be concerned. They should be. Because is it going to happen? We haven't drafted young Americans in decades. But we have made the requirements for males at 18 years old to be signed and registered for selective service. That's never stopped. What has also changed, that's in the past 2 decades, well, specifically this decade, that more women have entered the military with equal opportunity to fight. Women's lib and all that good shit, equal rights. And one judge, if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember where, but one judge has decided that's the federal judge has said women should be drafted. Since, women want equal rights and equal footing under the law, which they deserve, which they should have, they should also be able to have the right to serve our country, if need be, under draft. So, people are worried. Women are worried. Young women. Can I be drafted? Anything could happen. We're in a different age, different time. Unfortunately, this is not going to end well. It isn't, folks. Because we don't need another war. We're still going through one. Afghanistan, Iraq, we're still there. Libya. Look what we did to Libya. We killed Gaddafi. The place has been a wreck ever since. Syria. Please. It's a hellhole. So, do we really need another decade of another conflict in another region? Now, like I said, folks, I'm concerned because of many things, but I'm also concerned because of the casualties that's going to happen if this escalates. The casualties that's going to happen in that region with innocent people, the Iranians, and the casualties that's going to happen with our young men and women, serving their country, going into the military, enlisting, trying to better themselves. A lot of people say, well, goddamn it, you shouldn't be joining goddamn any army anyway. You're just going to kill people that you don't, but a lot of young people, they go to the army because they go to the military because, they're trying to better themselves. And you can't fault them for that. And they actually become better people. They become, they get some discipline. Not everyone needs discipline, but they get discipline and they get a career. They learn something. They get acclimated in a sense of order. So I support the troops. 100%. I do. Now, you may not agree with the war. You may not agree with where they're, what they're told to do. I totally understand that. But I support the men and women of the military. I do. And I don't want them to go in harm's way. I don't think someone that wants to do right with their family and get in the military and serve their country should be penalized in any way. But Donald Trump put this catastrophe on the backs of the American people. And they're going to spin it. Oh, the Iranians did this, Iranians did that. They're going to spin it. So we're in a conundrum. Hopefully, we'll get out of it in a diplomatic way. Hopefully, the Iranians will have level heads. They won't retaliate. Because that's what they want. That's what the president wanted. He wanted some type of provocation, a push, to make them react. We know that. But hopefully cooler heads will succeed in this situation. Hopefully our men and women, our young men and women, won't have to go to another nation and kill innocent people for a conflict that was instigated and propagated by rich politicians. On that note, I bid you peace. On that note, family, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Support the Thegullysquad at patreon.com. And remember, we are one.